So I'm on my way to my first little hike today, and I saw a sign for this cavern shit, Black Hills Caverns. So I figured it's like blazing hot with no clouds. Let's go and spelunking and shit.
There are some layers. Other places might be a little bit wet. I will warn about them. It's an issue. One rule is not as time is make sure you do your best not to touch any rock formations, so oil and interference can damage and destroy them. Unless you happen to trip and you're falling toward the rock, much rather you prep yourself, scrape the cave around yourself for that instance, which is what hopefully won't happen.
Going down is easy for us.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Awesome. My dear, whenever you're ready, we can start to make our way out. For everyone on Adam's tour, please make sure you wish him a happy birthday.
Hey.
It's so cool in here. It's like air conditioning and shit. They didn't make this for tall people.
Alright, so on this corner here is our first example of what we call cave graffiti. So when the early explorers were coming to the cave, they had carbide lanterns to see and get around. What they do is dip their finger in the soot of those lanterns and write on the wall. On the top there it says back and arrow pointed that way, so you know it's back at it. So this corner over here is what we call our pack saddle room. So in the 1930s, a guy named Dr. Morris had bought the cave and wanted to open it up for tours. So we put pack saddles just like that on donkeys and mules to bring the concrete they were standing on, as well as dynamite to blast out parts of the cave. Just make sure you guys knock your head here at the top and go down. So
That's well. Yeah.
Alright, so in here is what we call our cave temperature room. As you right there, right there. I forgot what it is. Once you guys are done, I'll say my alligators and stuff and here.
Steps in.
Stand down here wherever. Never talked to me before, so if you're gonna talk, that'd be great. It'd probably be easier up here than down there. Oh wait, you want to come up? Alright, have you talked about this yet? Alright, Sam, if you want, you can talk about it for both of us, or I can just get out of your way, talk about it by myself. Alright, so for you guys, for my group, if you guys would go back down there real quick. Like, another tour coming up. So in here is what we call our rope room. Either I'll explain it on the way back up, or James will explain it for both of us. But back there is actually where the old trail, or original trail, go. So one off to the right and drop down, and then one on the drop them in. So this bottom pit, it goes down about 45 feet to where, as you see there, and then it takes a 90-degree turn off that way, and then drops off about another 30 feet. And if you guys can see about the center of my light, might be a little hard to see, but you can see those two red and black handles. Those are the two flashlights that they drop. So pretty close to each other, so you guys get a good accuracy while dropping them somehow. And we'll move. Alright, so once you guys are off the bottom of the pit, come to here, make sure watch your head, it is a little bit dark. Alright, so if you guys see us on here, it does say we're now 175 feet in the ground. If you remember that sign over there said we were 160. So do you guys have a guess or idea on how we got 15 feet deeper right pretty much walking level through the fissure? Any guesses?
That's a lot of math.
Yeah. Alright, so as you walk. Alright, so this here is what we call frost crystal, if you guys remember. Brighter. So it is a very, very fragile formation, so please do not touch it. No other fence is used, you know, past it. If you were to touch it though, it pretty much instantly disintegrate and just fall down in some dust, which is very fragile. So again, please do not. So scientists don't exactly know how frost crystal is formed, but it has something to do when the cave was flooded and it was drained out. A slow rate of water coming off this building to left minerals in the rock and had a reaction in some sort of way that we do not know. But it causes the bigger tree. We have a black cavern. You guys have a guess or an idea on what it's called. It's very, very basic. Any guesses? The big room. There you go. It is called the big room. Good job.
Does this echo?
No, it doesn't. So I'll say if you guys come up and line up against that railing right there, and I'll explain what's down there. It's not getting married on the face of this earth. So if you can imagine the couple decided to come 225 feet or 68 meters underground and get married right up there. Since then we have had about 5 or 6 actual weddings here. It's pretty cool. You know, far walk, definitely a unique place to get married. If you guys are like, you are allowed to walk down there, might just be a little slippery towards the middle, so just be careful if you do. I'll just give you guys a little bit of a break before I back out of the cave. And you're as well welcome to some of the benches. You would like.
So this is the bottom here.
Yeah, so this is the deepest take tours. The deepest is, yep. The cave does go a little bit deeper and it's off to the left down there. It goes into another kind of a tight hole and then it opens up into a bigger tunnel. It's considered a walking tour, but it's not like the other ones where it's like crawling. We're an open tunnel back there with the big broken rocks in the ground. So if you were to go back there, it kind of just, it's all dark. So it's just a tunnel that goes back about 250 feet or so. I haven't been back there before.
Well, I came out of spelunking, and it was interesting. I enjoyed the caves. I didn't necessarily enjoy the amount of people. Now, you know me, I don't give a shit about COVID, but nobody there gave a shit about COVID either, so we're all good. At one point, 3 separate tours were in the same little confined space together as they tried to pass each other, so they weren't really spacing things out or doing anything remotely to stop that. So if you're afraid of the fucking virus, you might want to wait until the vaccine to go spelunking and fucking cave tours and shit. But that being said, I was able to enjoy it a bit because I made sure I was last in line, so as the group slowly meandered forward, screaming kids and all, I was able to kind of have a little bit of peaceful looking at rocks and crystals and all of that shit here and there. So it was worth the tour, you know, as far as the money. It's interesting. It's nice and cool, especially if it's fucking hot out. So I went in, it was blazing sun, 90 degrees, and I came out and it's thunderstorm and rain. And I'm at my next trailhead, debating on if I want to do a fucking rain hike or not, which I got an umbrella and some rain gear and shit, but I really am not fancying. It's only 0.3 mile, like a quarter of a mile, a little over a quarter of a mile, so I might just go lightweight. And but I wanted to take the pack out and kind of give it a whirl at a small short trail that I won't fucking die in, but I don't necessarily want to do it in the rain. So I'm hoping, I mean, there's blue skies like right over there and shit, but it's, yeah, it sucks. But But yeah, that was Black Hills Caverns. It's really close to Rapid City. It's an easy trip, and like you saw, there were old people and kids and all kinds of. So if you're into that, it's a nice little touristy stop off. And it was interesting enough. It cost me $18, you know, and I left a tip to the tour guide, which no one else seemed to fucking take that little cue. But, you know, it was fun to a degree. But you know me, I get my... I like being out in more remote nature and that kind of stuff, but sometimes I can do touristy shit. But it was a little annoying this time. But what do you expect? You know, it's a paid tour fucking tourist thing. So. But who knows? Maybe I'll find some fucking caves on my own and never get seen again. So I'm gonna wait a little longer, see if this rain will blow through. It doesn't even look like it's fucking moving. I don't want to cancel my plans today. I wanted to go camping too. You know, I got my backpack and all of that shit with me, so I can overnight if I need to. I got about 1,500 calories of food and shit, and about 3 liters of water. Well, almost 4 liters of water, and a gallon of water to refill those. So I got plenty of water to be out here, and about 1,500 calories of foods, just to kind of push me through those moments of, because the hike I'm doing tomorrow is the biggest mountain in the area, and it's going to be a 1,500 foot elevation change, so it's going to be a little brutal, especially since I'm going to be carrying the pack, and I estimate my pack weight to be around 50 pounds. I could probably shed a few pounds off of it, but I really wanted to get broke in for hiking so I can do some more of it here and there. And see what I'm missing and what I'm carrying that I don't need and that kind of shit. So that's kind of what this backpacking trip is about. I'm not necessarily going to overnight. I'm going to camp, you know, at a campsite if I can. But it's 4th of July weekend, so I might not be able to find one unless I find some off the beaten path shit. Like, I could literally sleep in this car, too. Like, I rented, it's a VW fucking something, and it's basically got the tinted windows and the fold down seats, so I can literally throw my sleeping pad and sleeping bag down and call it a night if I need to. But I'd like to stop and have a fucking campfire and maybe dip in a lake or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna wait a little longer for this fucking rain. It's the part the adventurers don't tell you about. Sitting in your car waiting for the weather to pass. Yeah. And this isn't a hybrid either, so I can't run it forever. And shit. So, let's continue. I'm going to try and do this trail next. So, fucking, it stopped raining. There's no more drops on the windshield, but the cloud of unhappiness is still overhead. So we might make a go at this. This might be a bad fucking idea. But let's give it a try. As you can see, it's not fucking happy cloud time. Weird wildlife noises. But it's a short hike. What could go wrong? So my pack is a little fucking feels a little heavy so far. But we're about to see an awesome fucking view here. For the record, so we're already halfway through. I'll tell you the name at the end of this because I don't want to fuck with my little bit of navigation, but check this shit out. Look at that. This is a little gem of a fucking hike. Of course, this backlighting situation sucks. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it up the mountain with this fucking pack. This pack's pretty serious. I mean, it's more comfortable than the old fucking rucksack was. And I do feel like it is lighter than 60 pounds. But here we go. Look at this. Oh my God, what a gem. So it's really, really short trail. Like, I don't even know what the fuck I was afraid of. It's literally like at the end of the parking lot. As long as I don't fall off this motherfucker. We're high up as fuck. This is probably a bad idea. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't know why they labeled this as moderate. Fucking awesome is what it is. Look at that view. Why is this fucking exposure not doing its fucking proper thing? So let's see how close I can get without dying. It is getting easier for me. But yeah, we are on the edge. Like, kinda. It is a long way down. As one we together. There's a little bit of graffiti action on the stones. I wonder how you get down there. But there's a canyon. All kinds of nature. All kinds. My dynamic range is fucking me right now. So, first hike done. Took me 5 minutes. So, it's pretty fucking awesome. Like, I'm gonna chill here for a little bit just because it's fucking great. I can literally chair break right here on the stone. And shit. Oh! So my pack is a little heavy. But some weird shit going on here. The fuck is that? In the truck, it's fairly difficult while I'm working to do stuff like this because the truck just can't go to places like this. You have to rent a car, but I think I need to get out and start, exercising more, maybe take the pack out just to get the exercise and see what else. You never know what you could find even within a couple miles of the truck stop. Maybe if I do 3-4 miles when I get time, which is another factor, then I can enjoy this shit more. It's fun. Oh, chair brake over. Look at that, 0.3 miles and I knocked out a chair brake. See what's on this side. Like there might be more trail. Oh, look at that. And we're literally not far from the road. It looks like a little bit of trail continues. But, wow. This is fucking cool. This is a good find. I use the app All Trails to find these places. And sometimes they really lead you out of the way. And they have reviews and shit. And it tells you kind of what to expect. But let's see if I'm off the beaten path here. There's a little trail here. Yeah, this is the end of the trail. So anything I do beyond this is more than I probably bargained for. But there is a little bit of a trail. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at this. It's of course evidence of strange and unusual creatures here. Wow. So this is a nice little outcropping here. This is literally like pulling off at the rest area in Utah to discover new shit. But I think that's about it. Pretty easy little fucking beautiful spot. There's evidence that some motherfuckers, come here with the graffiti and the beer cans and shit. And there's actually a barbed wire fence here that apparently no longer exists. See, there's barbed wire and shit. Like, I wouldn't mind hiking the whole rim, but it looks dangerous as fuck. I don't know how to get down into this gorge. I don't even know what this gorge is called. I think this is Falling Rock Trail, if I remember right. I'll double check before we go. So, my next hike is a 3-mile hike that I want to knock out today, and then I want to find a campsite. Might do Sheridan Lake, you know, which is a nice tourist place, but it might be full, so we might have to deal with that, which is kind of a pain. If you ever are in the Black Hills, this is literally 1.5 miles from the caverns, the Black Hills Caverns, and it's literally just a pull off onto a little dirt road, and then like right away you're at the trailhead. So, Falling Rock Trail, if you're looking for a nice quickie. So, you know, and it is dangerous though. I mean, don't get me wrong. You don't want to bring little kids or, you know, anybody that could fall off this cliff, because this cliff is pretty fucking intense. You know. So, this was good. I'm glad I got out here. Worth it. Worth being in the truck. Definitely worth being in the truck. Sometimes I question myself. Sometimes I'm like, what am I doing? I could just hop in a Prius and do all this shit. But then I wouldn't be able to do stuff like that cavern will like cost $20 and, you know. Now granted, there's a lot of free shit to do that is definitely worthwhile. But I like doing some of the pay shit too. Meeting new people and stuff and seeing what I can see. Yeah, it's all about, look at that, we didn't get rained on. Thank you, Mother Nature, for giving me a little moment here. Now I can move out of this storm, hopefully, because it's pretty, like, it hasn't moved. I've been here almost an hour, and I don't want to waste the whole day waiting. So, as far as my pack, it's an Osprey, and so far, big upgrade as far as comfort goes. But I can see it's going to be tough going. I don't know if I'll make it up the mountain with it, but if I do, it'll be a hell of an accomplishment. That hike is 7 miles, and I'm tackling it tomorrow. And there might be some uncooperative weather, so I will probably end up in the rain at some point. I've got rain shit with me, but, you know, we do the best we can. Alright, on to the next motherfucker. Shit. So this is Buzzards Roost. We've got intermediate trails. Looks like more than one trail, so hopefully I don't get lost. So, moderate riding. Oh, that's mountain trails. I'm walking. There might be snakes and poison fucking itchy green shit. And there's a dog that's missing. So we'll see if we can see. It's a 3-mile loop. So we'll see how it goes. So as you can see, I chose the more difficult trail because the more difficult trail tends to yield more scenic results. So we'll see. As long as I don't get itchy green shit. It's always fun hauling a 50-pound pack. I'm gonna be dying by the end of this one. I feel like I might have to do a day hike at Harney. I don't know if I can fucking climb a mountain with this thing on me. Why are we switchbacking? Like I'm going back towards the road. It's like, what the fuck? It's still not raining also, by the way. It's knock on wood. This is fun. I mean, how many miles this fucking switchback shit is adding. So it shouldn't be too bad for hiking if mountain bikes can handle it. Hopefully I don't get hit by a mountain bike. That would suck. But what the fuck is this? It's literally just winding. Extremely difficult. Sun up. Pretty vulture. I have no clue what any of this shit means, but I'm following the blue one, which is just more difficult. And apparently, it's winding us up this little outcropping here, which is pretty cool. So far, that's how far we've gotten from the trailhead, so yeah, we're doing good. It's always good to make progress really quick. I can tell this is going to be a hell of a trail. Might make Pine Pond 7 miles look like fucking kiddie play, I don't know. But we are in the national forest. I didn't see any no camping signs, which to me is the same as giving me permission. So we might overnight here, simply because I don't want to go wandering around the Black Hills close to dark looking for an open campsite. Plus, this is the cheaper option. But that's if I can find a spot. I don't know that there'll be any like in the Adirondacks where you got set aside little sites. I think in order to camp out here you gotta kind of fucking do your thing, and as far as I know there's no open fires allowed because you don't want to burn down Black Hills. Oh. So far we got a great view. You know, I'm really enjoying the highway. This is pretty good. I'm probably already off the fucking beaten path here. Let me see. Yeah, we're literally going the wrong fucking way. We're gonna turn around. Fuck. Doing good so far, but at least this one's downhill. Yeah, I don't want to blaze a new trail. I want to follow the recorded trail on all trails. So we just did 0.2 miles, which means we did 0.4 miles, which is almost half a mile of wrong turn. But I mainly don't want to walk beside the fucking road. I can do that in New York. Yeah. All kinds of gains. Well, I'll report back to you when I make it away from the fucking road. You know you're a pro hiker when you get lost within the first 10 minutes. We'll get there. This pack's already heavy. It's been almost a half a mile and I haven't left the parking lot. It's great because all the switchbacky shit. But I need to get in shape. Only one way to do that, and that's to just fucking do it. So, we are on the proper trail now. And it's kind of no joke. Very rocky and stumpy and shit. Still switchbacky a little bit. From the looks of the map, this just keeps going all the way around the canyon. And I chose this. As you can see, we're still not that far from the fucking parking lot. I chose this because, remember that canyon we were at is literally a mile down the road? And supposedly, according to the topo map on all trails, this will skirt the cliff of that, which should give me some good views along the way. The cloud cover does seem to be moving off. There's blue sky. There's blue sky behind me there. I don't know if you can see it or if it blows out. But so far so good. I'm hoping we get away from the fucking road soon. That'd be nice. Sounds of nature and shit. But I'm sure once I'm a mile in and we're on the other side of some trees, that'll go away. No signs of... Well, I think I saw something scamper into the bushes back there. But other than that, no signs of wildlife. But pressing on. Onward, and from the looks of it, upward. It didn't look like a huge elevation change though. It was like 300 something feet, so it ain't shit. Which is good. I don't need to kill myself today if I'm gonna do Black Elk Peak tomorrow. I wanna just kind of this is like a warm-up. And I might not even do it all, I don't know. I might stop somewhere. If I see a good site, I'm probably gonna set up and chill for a bit, because in the national forest, supposedly you're allowed to do that, but we'll find out the hard way. If the rangers come popping in and they're like, hey, get the fuck out of here. But it's a better bet finding a spot here than finding a pay campsite on the fucking 4th of July weekend. Not a lot of people. So far from the other hikers I've seen, they were leaving as I'm coming in. And it looks like a lot of day hikers because it's only 3 miles. So it should be an easy day. Find a spot to set up somewhere. And I wonder why they call it Buzzards Roost. I wonder how many motherfuckers died here. Probably a bunch of dumbasses that brought way too much gear in their 50-pound packs. I didn't think I could get to 50 pounds in this smaller pack, but I pulled it off. I got a camera in there I haven't even pulled out yet. It's great. What's this? Yeah, a little rock stack. It's probably where some other novice backpacker dropped dead. And they just left him there because it's so far away from civilization. We're doing some real nature shit now. Oh yeah, nature and gains and shit. So far the pack's holding up well. I'm sure that'll change soon. So I don't know if you can see it through the trees here. But we're starting to get up there a little bit in elevation to where you can see out over the landscape down towards Rapid City. Which is pretty fucking awesome. So we're almost a mile in. Still, so far I'm a little disappointed that the trail skirts the road so much, but what can you do, you know? The road's pretty busy, so it's not peaceful for me. I really want to be in an area where I don't hear anything but nature. So maybe that'll happen tomorrow at Harney Peak. But lots of motherfuckers in the hills this weekend, so it's to be expected. So we're not lost, we're good. I feel a few drops, so I might have to get the umbrella out and put the rain cover over the pack if it gets any worse. For now, it's not a big deal. And shit. Clouds are moving off, but still feeling some raindrops. This is a nice, beautiful stretch of trail here with some spaced out fucking pine trees. And I don't know that I'd camp here this close to the road, but I'm gonna keep going. Worst case scenario, I loop all the way around and sleep in the car. But I'm definitely trying to camp. We'll see where I'm at sunlight wise and how much time I have to find a campsite nearby. Problem is, the internet is spotty, and even though I downloaded the road map, for some reason it still fucking connects to get a driving route. So I gotta kind of eyeball it manually when I navigate through the map. I don't know if it'll allow me to find all the little spots. But it's fine. It's not like too hard to do. Still, you know, this is a pretty novice trail. I'm not dying doing it. It's definitely an easy, so if you like easy trails, Buzzards Roost may be for you. Probably bring kids and a dog here. So far I haven't seen anything, you know, too dangerous here. Little birds and shit, not a lot of major wildlife either. I don't think there's any bears here. I haven't seen any signs of them, not that I'm some fucking bear expert or anything. I haven't heard any howling or any of that shit. So that's good. What do you got here? Look at this. This is a nice little... I knew going this way was the better deal, just by looking at the topo map. So we're gonna get some nice views, it looks like, as we skirt the top of this seeming mountain. You get a pretty decent view out over the landscape that way. I literally just saw 2 deer bound over this hill. I didn't hit the camera out in time. But where there's deer, there's predators, so that's something to keep in mind while I'm out here. But there probably might be, I don't know if they got wolves or cats or anything here. But we'll find out. The only weapon I got is this knife here. Kind of a quick draw thing, and it's got some brass knuckles on it. So I can at least put up a fight if something comes to maul and gnaw on me. But let's face it, I'm out in the woods by myself. If that happens, then it's probably game over. But I am on one of the, before I came out, I let Steve know. I sent him pictures of the maps that I'm going to follow for the day. And I'm supposed to get back to him by Monday evening. And I also sent it to my mom. So they can kind of know where to look for me. And if my itinerary changes, I got to send updates if I got signal. But we'll figure it out. See if it'd be great if I could see those deer again. And shit. Whew. But the fact that they jumped away is a good thing, because that means anything else that might eat my ass probably can hear me coming too. And for the most part, predators are probably going to avoid people out here, just because there's so many of us out here. But I know. Where's your bear mace, dickhead? I didn't see any. So we're just taking our chances out here. I got stuff to defend myself, but if push comes to shove and the bear charges and doesn't relent, then that will be the end of Scott the Truck Driver. Hopefully they find this footage and realize what I did stupid. Starting to get to where I don't hear fucking traffic noise anymore, so we're good there. I don't know where those fucking deer went. And shit. Don't worry, I don't need a chair break yet. Well, yeah, probably about 1.5 miles in. But we're getting a nice view here. I don't know how well you can see it. It's a nice little overlook of the landscape. And you can kind of see the gorge down in there, that area there. But pretty fucking awesome. I feel like this is underexposing like a motherfucker. But still hear a little bit of traffic, but we're a little bit deeper away from it, it sounds like. More peaceful bird noises and cricket noises and shit. So I was thinking as I walked that this kind of works. You know, I was worried about maybe I needed to get a car stored in the Midwest so that when I pull the truck off for time off, I can hop in the Prius and do that. But it turns out, even though the rentals, like this rental was way overpriced, they definitely fucking ripped me off, charging twice as much for this car rental. I paid $450 for this 4-day rental. I could turn it in Monday and knock $100 off of it, which I might do. I don't know. Depends on where I'm at in this. I do need to get some shopping done, restock my groceries. And the other thing I'm worried about is I'm going to be gone overnight here at the very least, if not 2 nights. And I left the refrigerator going. So when we get back, we'll find out if the emergency cutoff or whatever cuts off, if the battery gets low. If not, I'll be doing a road service call when I go back to work. But which would suck, but it would answer that question. I am finding living out of the truck during hot weather that I may need to get some solar panels, just because I need to recharge the Jackery a little bit more since I'm not in the truck all day running it. So live and learn there. Or I can just buy a generator again, which I want to avoid doing since I just sold mine. But so far this is a nice little trail. Definitely beautiful. Everything I wanted, really. Getting out here between that and that first pull off, literally a mile away. Like all 3 of these things I've done today are within 1.5 miles of each other on the map. Or 2 miles, 3 miles, I don't know, something like that. But it was really close together, all of these. So now we're starting to skirt the top of the edge of the gorge here. Heard something. Looks like something's up there. This is a nice view here. There's a road down there. Literally, we're overlooking the pull-off to that cliff that we were on earlier. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But we're like way up, which is I guess what a roost is. Place to overlook shit. That's Rapid City over there. I don't know if you could see it. Try and get my exposure to work. But yeah, that's Rapid City. So it's really close by. This is like junior level don't die in the fucking national forest shit. Which is awesome because I'm out of shape. And this will help get me in shape. It's kind of a nice view though. Wouldn't mind camping here. It's not a real flat spot though. I'd be rolling around all night. But looks like we're going up. And shit. Yeah. It's the best spot on the trail so far. Wish there was a closer, clearer view. I could go off trail, but you know how that works. So the trail splits here, apparently. Not sure which way to go. Looks like there used to be a trail here. I gotta pee. So we're gonna go over here and pee off the side of this cliff. This looks like a decent spot. We are officially off the trail now. But just because it looked interesting. I mean, look at that. Wow. It's quite the view. Like, this could be a good spot. I don't know if I'm on the trail still. There's a trail right here. But great thing about all trails is that I can backtrack easily. There's houses in the bottom of that valley. Look at this. Worth it. Definitely worth it. This is a good place to drop pack. Ooh. Gotta keep my microphone off. Yeah, we're gonna take a chair break here. Oh, maybe not full get the chair out break, but I'm definitely gonna take the pack off and let my sweaty ass back have a break. Oh. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Wow. Bugs. They found me. Wow, that's quite the view. It's a good thing I came out here and pissed. We're gonna get a little closer. Leave the pack here while I do that. So we got a bit of a cliff. But the view though, damn. Look at this. Words can't describe it. Looks like a big cave over there. Love it. Like, I want to camp here so bad, but it's all rocky and shit. I can hear the water from the creek that's in the gorge. So the sun has returned and shit. Yeah, that was fun. I probably could have grabbed something before I went over. This is something you don't get with van life or an RV life necessarily if that's all you're doing, like looking for places you can just park and camp. This is more along the lines of being a backpacker. Somebody's at the bottom turning their pickup truck around. It's always good when you get a view like this to yourself. We're gonna move on soon though. We got about 3 or 4 hours of sun left. Maybe. Two miles. Taking the extended chair break was kind of did me in. I was pumped and going good, but when you stop, it fucks you up a little. But worth it. Got about another mile to do, and then I'll be out of this trail, and I think I'm going to finish it. I don't really see much in the way of campsites here. I mean, it's just too overgrown. I mean, I could do it in the fucking grassy area and shit, but it's just kind of, I don't know. I'd like to have a fire tonight. That's really what I want for the 4th of July. That's all that's on my list. You know, I didn't want to see Trump standing next to the fucking monument. Wouldn't even give a shit about the fireworks, really. But what I'd really like is a fire pit and a campfire. So I'm hoping I can find a campgrounds that allows it. I know you're not supposed to out here in the forest, you know, because only you can prevent forest fires and shit. But I really want a campfire, damn it. It gets nice and cool here at night, and a campfire would be a nice place to chill and hang out. But can't always get what you want. That's kind of a, that could be a campsite. Doesn't look like much. Just a bed of pine needles. Like a tent could go right here. It's too close to the trail. I think you're supposed to be 50 feet off the trail. Yeah, I think I'll go pay somewhere if I can find something. So I guess what I'll do after this is, I know Sheridan Lake said it had openings on the reservation sites. So first come, first serve type shit. So I'm gonna try and head over there, and but I'm gonna keep an eye out for campsites along the route and see what I can find. Worst case scenario, stealth camping in the car. So that's the backup plan. But I'd really prefer to get a nice outdoor at night with a campfire, and it's really what I want. I'm hoping I can find a spot. And shit. That's pretty cool, that bluff there, or whatever the fuck you call it. Maybe that's the roost. Fuck. Some shit biting me. See how we're doing. 2.3 miles. Yeah, we're gonna make it. It's a pretty easy hike. Though I am feeling it a little. This pack does start to grate on you after a while. But I still don't find myself, now granted there's no elevation change here worth a shit, but I still don't find myself suffering as badly as I do at Pine Pond. Like 3 miles in Pine Pond, I'd be pretty fucked up. So and this whole hike is supposedly 3 miles, but I think because I fucked up, it's going to be over 3 miles. We got some cloud cover rolling in, and the sun is starting to dip. So I'm gonna get on down this fucking trail. Shit. It's a good day. 4th of July was a good day. Spelunking, cliffs and shit, wilderness and nature. Peace and quiet. COVID-19 parties, it's all great. This is an interesting little area. I like this. Some rock outcroppings. Fuck. This is like the last home stretch of the trail too. Fucking yeah. So that trail goes back to the parking lot. And that's where we're headed after we go through this switchback. Definitely feeling the pack. I'll be glad to get it off. Hope I didn't fuck myself up for the mountain tomorrow. If I did, I might have to pass it up and do it next time. Of course, next time might be September. Unless I pass through at some point. So this is a nice little hike. Thumbs up for Buzzards Roost. You don't need to bring this massive backpack with you unless you're working out, which is what I'm kind of doing. There was a couple spots you could probably overnight, but you'd have to bushwhack a little bit to do it. And I'm not in the mood to do that. Plus, I really want a place with a fire pit, which means I gotta pay, probably. And we'll see where I can get. I know there's free sites. Like, I'm just scratching the surface of the Black Hills. Before I did the tourist shit, now I'm doing trails and out of the way places in the national forest. Things that look like they'll have good views and good hiking. I feel like it's making me go the wrong fucking way now. What the hell? No, we're going the right way. I guess that trail wasn't the right trail. But yeah, Buzzards Roost. It's like a skip, hop, and a jump from Rapid City, so it's really easy to get to. There's a bee. Hopefully it's not a murder hornet. And you can definitely do this as a family and a day hike. There's some deer running around. I've seen some chipmunks. It's kind of cool. But other than that, nothing dangerous. Doesn't mean it's not out here, just I didn't see it. There is itchy green shit. I didn't see any. I kind of know what poison ivy looks like now. That doesn't mean there isn't other poisonous plants here. So be careful, vegans. Plants kill people. Oh, look at that. You guys actually enjoy watching this kind of shit? Like these explore videos? I don't know if you get the effect that I get from being here. I try and share it with you as best I can. Mainly used the Osmo Pocket, even though I have the GH5 with me. I didn't feel like digging it out. I feel like the auto exposure's been kind of shit on the Osmo today. Hopefully I can pull some up and post. Yeah. So I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, and I'll film the ending whenever I go to bed wherever I go to bed, or if I get a campsite going. Have a nice. Oh, it's not time for that yet. Well, made it out alive. Sorry, there's like little scampery wildlife things going on. Looks like just in time too, some darker clouds are moving in. So hopefully we move away from those when I head towards Sheridan Lake, whatever campsite I can find along the way. But we're almost to the road, and that concludes that trail. And shit, definitely ready to take this pack off. 3 miles total. Oh, what's my total? Let me look. It's more than that, because I technically did a mile already before I got here, but I didn't have the pack on for that. Let's get the grand total for we're at 3.5 miles, and then we're still not there, so probably more like 3 3/4 miles. No, probably 3.5 miles exactly. And when I look at my info, it says I burned 1,219 calories, but I don't know if that accounts for a 50-pound pack. So it's probably more like 2,000 calories. But you can call it 1,200. Fuck it. I'm a pussy. But yeah, I'm at 4,188 feet is how high we are. So, and let's go find a campsite. End my shit soon. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a van lifer parked here. I might have to do that later, but it has all the windows with reflectix in it. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, you can stealth camp in these areas, but I would say this would be a risky spot because you're very close to the highway, and if a ranger drives by, he's gonna knock on your window, tell you to move along, probably. But I don't know. Maybe you can camp at the trailheads. Let me know in the comments. That'd make things easier. So, I stopped and had some chicken wings after failing to get into 3 campsites. So I'm going to tuck my tail between my fucking legs and go back and spend the night in the truck. I don't even feel comfortable pulling off anywhere. And it's one of those things that if you're going to park in a national forest area, you got to kind of do your homework. And I failed to do that, and I don't have strong enough cell phone signal to figure it out. So I'm just gonna head back to the truck and then head out to the mountain tomorrow. It's probably a good idea to sleep in a good bed before I try and attempt the mountain. And hopefully the weather cooperates. It might not, and if it doesn't, if I get up and it's raining and shit and fucked up, then I probably won't do it. But if I get it up and the weather's good, it might get fucked up later, but I can at least get some of the mountain done without being rained on. But that's the big goal for tomorrow is Black Elk Peak. So I hope you enjoyed my little hike today. And I'm tired. I'm actually pretty fucking tired. I'm gonna sleep like it's my job. Please like and subscribe for more shit. And I'll make more shit. If you like my shit and you want to make sure that you can keep up with me if I get deleted for talking about the wrong shit on YouTube, head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com, sign up for my free email list, and if I ever disappear or whatever, I will email you there. I'll also be emailing you once the site is set up for meetups. So we'll be doing meetup, like a forum that, like when I'm in your area, I can contact you and let you know I'm going to be in your area. And if you wanted to have a cup of coffee or get together or something, in preferably in a safe, not murder me type place, we'll do that and shit. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed that I couldn't find a campsite. I'll definitely have to plan ahead. It's 4th of July weekend, so it's kind of fucked up anyway because everything's full. You know, I'm sure I could find a place to boondock. You know, I could probably even park here, to be honest with you, but I think, you know, I'm only 22 miles from Rapid City. I might as well just go back to the truck. I failed. I have failed at camping on 4th of July. No campfire for this motherfucker. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe everybody will leave tomorrow and I can find a site. Yeah. Never seen anything like this. The whole drive in, all the neighborhoods. Like you can hear it non-stop on the other side of the hill too. I saw that coming in. I got some nearby from this neighborhood over here. They're not as powerful as watching all of that at the same time. Just so many people lighting off fireworks today. Makes me feel good. I don't know why. Like there's no way that a house doesn't get caught fire at some point.